I check the doors, check the windows, and pull the blinds. I check the clock, wondering what he'll...
From a building that can get louder than almost any in the National Football League, this is GEHA Field at Arrowhead Stadium. Coming up, we have a good one for you between the Detroit Lions and the Kansas City Chiefs. Jake Bates now ready to get this one started. And we're off from Arrowhead. It's Brashard Smith now with the return. Shoots away from one. And he's brought down just beyond that 25-yard line. Let's get this show on the road. It is 1st and 10. Now it's the first carry for Isaiah Pacheco. Dropped by the first guy he met. No gain on that first down run.
I don't think that's the amount that they were looking for there, Kate. Going to lead to some shuffling around here in the playbook. Find a more aggressive call on second.
Last run only gained a yard. That means it's 2nd and 9.
Yellow!
It's Pacheco again. And they're going to have this up at the 44-yard line as they haul him down. That one goes for 17 yards and moves the chains.
That's just not the guy defensively you ever want the open field. Frankly, with the amount of space he had at one point, they're lucky to have limited to the gain they did.
Markers are reset. Here we go. Ball at the 44.
Yellow, yellow! 480! Yellow, yellow! Hey, rip list!
First down throw, Mahomes. And this one is launched downfield. And they can't connect on the deep look. Still a couple of snaps to play with, though, here. We got 2nd down. Went for that big shot. They wanted to get that highlight the first time they touched the football.
Now, this group likes to be aggressive, and early incompletion's not going to deter them. Sharpshooters, they don't stop shooting threes because of one brick, and they won't stop pushing this ball down the field either.
2nd down, still 10 to go after that incomplete pass.
Yellow, 15, 15!
Operating from the gun, here's Mahomes. Has him on the quick hitter. And he's got it up to midfield and into Lions territory.
See, I was on the field with a young high school quarterback just last week, and I told him one of the greatest attributes a quarterback can have is courage. And it takes courage to sit in that pocket that long, let a play develop, and let that receiver work all the way from one side of the field to the other to give him a chance to make a play.
Kelsey's got it right side. And they're going to bring him down at the 36. A nice gain of 13 yards as it brings up a first down.
I'm not sure how this defense let that guy slip through him like that. On 3rd down, nonetheless, he took that snap as an opportunity. Man, did he make an impact play.
Valuable lesson, man. I had to grow up. That's why I never ask for help. I do it for you and do it for myself. I go 0 to 100 real quick.
Opening drive going according to plan. This is 1st and 10 at the 36.
Yellow!
Running out of the gun with Pacheco. Can't slip that initial tackle. Stops made for no gain on that first down play. Offensive line fast.
No gain on the play.
Out of the gun, it's Mahomes. Escapes the pocket. That pass is complete to Kelsey. And he'll get this down at the 33-yard line. Offense up to the line fast. It's Pacheco on third. And they take him down just as he gets inside that red zone. Looking quickly here. Mahomes on 1st and 10. That's complete. Isaiah Pacheco. And he's going to be out of bounds at about the 7-yard line, partner. That's where they're going to be set up for this 1st and goal.
Move the chain! You gotta move them chains! Build momentum. Keep that defense on its heels.
1st and goal at the 7-yard line.
Solid opening drive so far, Brock. Few chances to cap it here. This is 1st and goal. From the gun, it's Mahomes. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete.
No surprise to see the quarterback go back to that well. That security blanket that's been his tight end all game long. But finally, this defense has an answer.
So the incompletion on 1st. Here's 2nd and goal. Back to throw, Mahomes. And he's got it. It's in close. And that's a Kansas City touchdown. The Chiefs finish up an excellent opening series. It's an Isaiah Pacheco touchdown. Well, no hesitations to start this one out, Brock. These guys came out slinging it. Seems like that's going to be what their offense leans on throughout this game.
Yep, don't see really any reason to get away from it as long as the results keep coming. The second drive, I think we'll all be watching that one. Will they mix in a little bit more run? Will they have to mix in more run, or could they continue to just shred this defense through the air?
Butker on now to kick this one away. Jacob Sailors now to return it. A little burst so far. And he gets across the 30 before he's brought down. First and 10 from the 32. First game on the ground to Jahmyr Gibbs. Dropped by the first guy he met. No gain on that first down run. Off play action. Goff. Catch made left side by Laporta. And they're going to bring him down just on the other side of midfield. That's the end of our opening quarter. The Chiefs in control so far. Back to Arrowhead in just a moment. Back and beginning the second quarter. Lions in possession. They've got a first to begin the frame. They'll go right side with Gibbs. Can't slip that initial tackle. Stops made for no gain on that first down play. That's a nice quick correction for this front, Brock. Give up the big play and then get a little back on the very next one.
Exactly the kind of response you want to see from your defense. You got to forget about the big play for now and stay focused on that next snap.
Back to the line they go. It's 2nd down. Again, it's Gibbs. They'll cross the 50 and start pushing onto the opposing side of the field. Offense in a hurry up here.
It's a gain of 2 yards.
Third down run by Gibbs. And once again, he doesn't manage much before getting brought down. Give him 3 on the play. It's going to be 5 to go on 4th down.
It's 4th down.
Okay, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, it'll largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
That's complete to Sloan. And they get this down to the 28. They hit for 16 yards on 4th down and a drive a lot of us thought had stalled out. He's going to carry on. They've worked it downfield very well to begin the drive. It's 1st and 10 at the 28.
Like 20.
Enough to Gibbs from the gun. The stop is made, but not until he reaches that 17-yard line. Pickup of 12 on that play. And the Lions have a first down. Now we are still waiting for the scoring for anybody really to get going as we hit our 2-minute warning. Stick around. More from Arrowhead on the other side. To the line and set. Here we go. First down.
Rick Flair. 180.
They go play action with Goff. That's caught. Here comes Jahmyr Gibbs. And it's close, but he's not going to score. Out of bounds right at the goal line, Brock. It's going to be first and goal.
Something out of nothing, Kate, that may as well be listed on his resume because he's so good at it. Caught that one near the line, and after that it was all him, turning a modest pass into far more than a modest gain.
20.
Trying to sneak here, Goff. And he's in for the touchdown. The Lions earn the chance to tie before halftime. It's a Jared Goff touchdown on a quarterback sneak to the end zone.
Kate, I think two things were at play here. Not just the brute force to get it done on the QB sneak, but also the element of surprise to run it on first down. Job well done.
That one right down the middle. And the Lions respond with 7 of their own to tie it here early. Now after tying this game up, they're all set to send her away. On the return, here's Nico Mejio. All right, some good work on that run back, Brock. He gets this to the 33.
The Chiefs take over first and 10 at their own 33-yard line.
Offense into the shotgun set as they line this up. First and 10.
Yellow.
To the air, Mahomes. Out left, Worthy makes the grab. And he's going to be hauled out on a gain across midfield, down inside the 45-yard line. A big play, 23 yards to move those chains.
Good offenses. Kate, good play callers know how to utilize their personnel. They know where they wanted him. They wanted him in a route in space where he could make that initial play comfortably, but then go to work after.
One play in, Brock, and this drive is already into enemy territory.
Yellow.
Pacheco gets it from the gun. And this almost ended worse, but he gets a yard out of it. Tackled by Jack Campbell. Chiefs in the hurry-up, trying to get everyone to the line. Here's Mahomes now. He isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. Working quickly here.
An 11-yard loss on the play. Brings up third down.
Hey, Ripley, Ripley.
They'll give this up the middle to Pacheco. Well, not a chance at all as he has met at the line on this one. And that's going to be fourth and very long.
Don't laugh at me, Kate. I almost wish there was an actual white flag on either sideline we could see waving in this spot, because that was an easy mop-up for the defense to force fourth and long.
And this is headed to the sideline, and it'll bounce out at the 7. Wow, great kick.
At their own 7-yard line.
All right, Lions just about ready. First and 10. They start on the ground with Gibbs. He starts out this drive with a nice gain of 8. Second down. Lions really moving with a sense of urgency. Clock keeps running. They'll toss it to Gibbs. That is exactly why you rally to the football. Got through one tackle, but the next guy gets him for a loss. Now the Lions calling a timeout. They're first. They'll have 2 left to work with before halftime. So now here's 3rd and 5. Another one for Gibbs. And he's going to be stopped after reaching up to the 33. Detroit calls timeout. It's second. And they still have one in their pocket for what's left of this half.
I'll tell you what, Kay, one of the things I'm most proud of coming out of the broadcast are my O-line buddies that will hit me up during the game and say thank you. Thank you for finally showing some love and giving some light to what those big boys are doing up front. I got to play with some of the best to do it. I got to see it up close and personal. Because of it, I'll never forget it. And they just showed up on that run.
First down now, ball at the 33.
Cut! White 20! Cut!
Goff off the play action. Rolling into enemy territory. And he's all the way across midfield down inside that 45-yard line. A timeout taken here by the Lions. That's their third. And that's all they've got for what little remains of this half.
First down. First and 10 at the 41-yard line.
So first down from the 41.
17! Cut! 180! Cut!
From the gun, Goff. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. Lions really moving with a sense of urgency. Clock keeps running.
76! 70! Orange. What's up?
Shotgun snap here to Goff. He's going deep this time. And that's incomplete with 7 seconds left. Time for one, maybe two more snaps. Now, they've been perfect to that point on the drive, Brock. First time we've seen this coverage force him into a misstep in a while.
Now, I know you hear me talk all the time, Kate, about the rhythm of an offense, right?
Yeah,
And I look at it through those optics so much. But it's the same thing defensively. You've got to get a stop, see the ball hit the ground to knock them out of that rhythm.
No connection on the last play, and now it's third down.
Here we go. 180!
Play action here with Goff. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. So that's the halfway point of this edition of the NFL on EA Sports. Brock and I will be back right after this.
Harrison Butker to kick off for Kansas City.
Something's got to be the difference maker here in half number 2. We'll see what it is as we're up and running once again. Here's a return from the 7. And an excellent effort there sets him up almost at midfield.
Well, we got ourselves quite a game today, a tie game coming into this third quarter. And what you're looking for is a little instant jolt of momentum coming out of the locker room. And that return might just be the spark that leads to that momentous fire.
Hell, you tonight! 120!
Goff on first and 10. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. Moving quickly, trying to get set. Now Goff. On him again. He goes down again. And the back-to-back sacks. Nice work by the defense there. Sets him up with a third down.
One thing you learn about NFL halftimes, Kate, is they're a lot quicker than the college game. You got to make your adjustments in a hurry, and boy, has this defense. Back-to-back sacks, setting up what could be a very quick 3 and out, and an early boost in the second half.
Goff now, third and long. He's trying to push the field. He had it for a moment, but a loose, incomplete. First time this game they've looked to him. And they're going to be stuck with a 4th and long.
This defense, they had a plan. And they've done an excellent job executing it. Instead of a main character, they've reduced this receiver to a footnote. Kudos to the job collectively on defense.
Trying to float that one in. His defender's there for the interception. And the Chiefs take possession right along the 25-yard line. Well, Brock, it was an absolute battle in the first half as they played to a tie, heading into the locker rooms. And already we have the first big play of half number 2 with that INT.
Yeah, not just the first big play, but maybe the first separating play here, Kate. There's always a moment in the second half, especially when one of these teams makes the play, right? That one that we're going to circle and look back to as the defining play of the half. We may just have witnessed it right there.
8 yards to go. Let's see how they approach the second down.
At the 28-yard line.
Tried setting up the screen, but this is intercepted. And he's going to score on the pick 6. Touchdown, Detroit. He not only broke on it to make the pick, Brock, but he was on the move real quick. Knowing short field, there's a great chance that he could take that one back for a touchdown.
That's exactly right. In this area of the field, an offense really only gets a second or two to react to that pick and get over and cut off his lanes. And if you don't, well, it's 6 the other way.
Chiefs 7.
Well, Brock, hopefully some short memories on offense as they get it right back here on the kickoff after that pick 6. Mejio with the return. Nice effort here. They're going to tackle him just shy of the 35. First down now, ball at the 33. Mahomes trying to get after the pick. He put everything he's got behind it. He's got it inside the 25. And they're going to stop him, but he got enough to make it 1st and goal from the 8.
The analytics are pretty clear. It's hard to move the ball in this league with short little dinks and dunks. You've got to get the explosive chunk. You've got to get the big play. And that throw to the outside, that gets the job done.
So much for finishing things on the ground, huh? He is stopped at the line. They're going to have to regroup now on 2nd and goal.
It's a loss of 1. Brings up 2nd and goal at the 9-yard line.
Yellow.
Here's Mahomes. And this is going to be a Kansas City touchdown. The Chiefs can tie it up after hitting Painter in the 3rd. Xavier Worthy, the touchdown. So they punch it in for 6, Brock, and now a conversion away from tying this game back up.
This one just has the feel, doesn't it? The makings of a one-score game in the 4th quarter that could go either way.
Sending in that call quick. They are going for 2.
Hey, 43, 40.
The Chiefs will set up for the 2-point conversion.
Mahomes throwing for 2. And he gets into the end zone, so the choice to pass on a tie, a good one. That gives him a 1-point lead.
15, Lions 14. Harrison Butker to kick off for Kansas City.
Butker on now to kick this one away. And he just sends this out and over the end zone. So no threat of a return. They're going to spot the ball up to the 35 to begin this drive.
At their own 35-yard line.
Good field position for the Lions here as they head up to the line. 1st and 10. Drive begins with Gibbs. He's going to be taken down here after he takes it to the 45. Moving quickly, trying to get set again.
And the Lions,
First down, and they go right back to it. And he only manages one. Couple of defenders there to bring him down.
If there's ever a play we could call garden variety in the NFL, I think we just saw it right there. That's an uneventful run and a pretty sound stop there defensively.
Following that little 2-yard run, it's 2nd and 8. Off the play fake. Here's Goff. On him quick there. They bring him to the turf. It's the 5th time they've gotten there for a sack in this one, Brock. And they're going to try for number 6 on 3rd down.
Tiger, by 20.
Here he goes, 3rd and long. Gonna let this one fly deep downfield. And they really went for it on 3rd down, didn't they? But the heave falls incomplete. Now they're facing 4th down.
You hear defensive coaches preach this all the time about not giving up the big play. Keep everything in front of you. They're going to need to stay vigilant because he's definitely a receiver who can take the lid off of a defense.
This is our last play of the quarter. Back to throw it. He's trying to go deep again. It's on target to Williams. And he's in for the Detroit touchdown. The Lions take the lead as Tom runs out here in the 3rd. So no mistaking that play call, Brock. They send everybody on deep goes, and it winds up paying off. What a play.
And you'd think on the other side, defensively, they'd be ready for this. But this is truly a breakdown in the secondary. They're just not able to make a play on the ball in the air. And the end result, as you said, a big play and a touchdown.
The Lions will set up for the 2-point conversion.
Goff's going to throw for it. Oh, they got it. Intercepted along the goal line. Bring him down just beyond the 30 at the 31.
Keeps the score Lions 20, Chiefs 15.
So we're through 3 here. And when we resume play, it'll be with a kickoff. Bates has it all set up. Here comes the kickoff. Here's Smith on the return. This makes it up to the 25.
The Chiefs take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
First call here coming from the shotgun. Out of the gun, it's Mahomes. Has him on the quick hitter. Has some daylight through the 40. And he's going to be hauled out on a gain across midfield, down inside the 45-yard line. That one goes for 31 yards and a 1st down when all is said and done.
Kate, that play so indicative of why tight ends in this league have become just an X factor. Right, they're big, they can block at the line of scrimmage, but the elite guys, well, they've got that speed and they can take something short and make a difference with it down the field.
Running up the middle, Pacheco. He gets this all the way to the 25 before they stop him. Give him 18 yards on that play, Brock, and it gets him a 1st down.
Let's see, first it was a pass, now it's a great gain on the ground. They've got this defense on their heels.
So a new set of downs. Here we go, 1st and 10. Right back to Pacheco. Quite the turnaround these last 2 plays, huh? Nice gain on 1, and now they get him behind the line. The presence of those tight ends works both ways, Brock. You know this. Gives them more blockers up front, but it also clues the defense in to be ready for that run.
Yeah, you could put 7 blockers up there, even put 8, I don't know, 9. All the blockers in the world, but if they don't work in concert together to create a lane, it doesn't matter.
Operating from the gun, here's Mahomes. And they will score. Touchdown, Kansas City. The Chiefs take a 4th quarter lead. It's a Marquise Brown touchdown. All right, right, partner. What do you think? Was that a design read, or did he just see space and he was reacting more on the old quarterback instinct there?
Yes. I think yes on both of them, and that play happens so fast that it really is instincts on both sides.
The extra point wouldn't do much for them, so they're going to go for 2 and try to make this a field goal game. All right, they're going to throw for it. Catches it at the 1, and he's into the end zone. Really smart call here in the 4th. Now a field goal would only tie this game. Butker on now to kick this one away. Sailors now on the return. And they've got a long field ahead, Brock. They got to him early, and they laid a big hit on him. The Detroit offense to the line. Here's 1st and 10.
180.
Out of the shotgun, Goff. Flushed out of the pocket. Wow, wide open here, complete. He's going to get this one into enemy territory to the 47. That one nabs him 33 yards and a new set of downs, too. That takes us to the 2-minute warning here in KC. Lions down by only 3. Here's 1st and 10 from the 47.
180.
Goff to the air now. Screen here for Gibbs. What a hit! He gets flattened to the ground.
These intermediate gains, that's the wheelhouse for these two to connect on. Start the series off well. It sure keeps the defense on its toes in case they try to load up and just simply cover the receivers.
180. What?
On the draw, this is Gibbs. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains. The Chiefs signal for a timeout. That's going to be their first. And they are quite frustrated having to call that after giving up the first.
I'm not kidding you, Kate. A run of that length at the NFL level, honestly, is the equivalent of a run of 15-plus at the high school level. It's hard in the run game to make yards, and they just got a very successful one.
They haul him down just a foot or 2 shy of the red zone. Lions really moving with a sense of urgency. Clock keeps running.
Lions, first down. 1st and 10 at the 21-yard line.
On 1st down, it's Gibbs. It's a solid block in there, springs him for 8. It's going to be 2nd down.
That does not show up on any explosive stat sheet, but let me tell you, Kate, that's the real deal right there. You run for that kind of yardage consistently in the NFL, you do set yourself up for success.
Now the Lions calling a timeout. They're first. And they still have 2 available for them as we approach the end of this game.
180. Value 3. Okay.
Back to throw. And that's going to fall incomplete. We're down to 9 seconds left. It arrived as the ball did to break things up. So it's going to be 3rd and short coming up. Part of what's earned him status, Brock, is one of the league's better tight ends. Are those hands, right? His dependable hands. So shouts to the defense there because he wasn't able to hang on that time.
Kate, it's one thing for these defenders to separate a receiver from the ball, but to do so on a stud tight end, that's big time.
Throwing now. And he's got it! He pulls in a game-winning touchdown with almost no time left!
Touchdown, Lions.
absolutely clutch score there, Brock, as they take the lead here in the final minutes.
Incredible execution. The moment not too big for any of them. And Kate, they cashed in when it really mattered.
Now a crucial point after to stretch the lead beyond a field goal. And it's good, so they take the lead, and the extra point buys them some breathing room. A field goal does not tie it now. Bates has it all set up. Here comes the kickoff. And this is going to be a touchback, Brock, so we'll see what they decide to do with the final seconds they've got left here.
20-yard line.
Chiefs coming up to the line here. It's 1st and 10.
50, yellow, 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 yellow. Yellow. 180.
Here he is to throw. Maybe a bit of desperation. Here's a deep shot. And this one falls incomplete. No miracles on the final drive today. This game is over. So the Lions get the win on the road. And there was no easing up. It took some white knuckling until the very end, but their defense carried that small lead through to the finish line as they escaped.
To you cowards, then it's gonna be quick. Alright, all your men have been to jail before. Whoa, and all them uppercats you run with, get done with, done quick. You going approach the dog with some bump. Alright, they go to click 911. All over some dump. Ain't that something? It's remind me of club. Cause every time you come around, it's like, what? I just gotta get my. And I don't know who the you think you talking to, but I'm not him, alright? Slim, so watch what you do, or you gon' find yourself next to someone else. And we all thought you loved yourself, but that couldn't have been the issue. Or maybe they just saying that now cause they miss you. Tried to diss you, that's why you laying on your back, looking at the roof of the church. Preacher telling the truth and it hurts. Y'all gon' make me lose my mind. Up in here, up in here. Y'all gon' make me go all out.
First opened in 2002, there's a look inside Ford Field here in downtown Detroit, the Motor City. Straight ahead, we've got a pretty good one on tap here, as it'll be the Jacksonville Jaguars taking on the Detroit Lions.
My foot up on the gas, but somebody gotta do it. Turn his TV off, turn his TV off. 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 Ain't no other king than his rep thing.
The kicker, Jake Bates, has this one on the tee. He'll run up and send this one away here at Ford Field. And he'll be out of bounds at midfield, so a solid return to the 50.
A big return to start the game, so now the defense almost has to treat this like a sudden change of possession. They've got to go out on the field and be aware that that offense, they may come at them in a big way.
Hey, hey, hey.
First carry for the Clemson man, Travis Etienne. He'll wind up getting a yard on the game's first play at second down.
Tackled by Jack Campbell. A gain of a yard brings up second and 9. At the
Lawrence will throw. He'll air it out deep for Thomas. And that will be incomplete. Trying to dial up the long way out there, but it'll be third down.
You get a sense of what this game plan might be. They think they can take a few home run shots against this defense. They tried it there on the opening drive, but that falls incomplete.
Ginger.
Now Lawrence to throw. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. Great way to convert on third down there. 21 yards to play. Well, on third down, he wanted to go to one of his most dependable targets, and that's who he found, his tight end there, to pick up the first, Charles.
And you use the proper word there, dependable, and sometimes spectacular, because tight ends nowadays, they can do it all. But they're the guys you trust, especially across the middle of the field where there's traffic. He delivers, and they pick up nice yardage.
From the 23, here's 2nd and 5.
Hey, go!
Now Lawrence. Thomas has got it, complete. And they will eventually get him down, but he's inside the 5 all the way to the 3. A good pick up there of 20 yards.
A lot of precision being shown on this opening drive. They've been methodical, they've been crisp, and as a reward, they're going to be set up with an early 1st and goal.
Hey, easy, Ralph. Alert! Darn, they
Etienne will get it into the end zone for a Jaguar touchdown. So a good job there, Charles, taking advantage of the short field, and they score first, punching it in on the short touchdown run.
I love the theme there, right? They didn't have to do anything big on that drive. Took advantage of where they were on the field, took it downfield, put the ball in the end zone. The only thing big on that drive, the 6 on the scoreboard.
His kick is good.
Extra point right down the middle, and it's now a 7-0 game. Here's the Jaguar kick team now as they run up and send this one away. Return going to come to a quick end as he is belted at the end of that one.
For most people, the excitement of a kickoff return is to see a long one that goes back in the opposite direction. But for the guys covering it, it's being able to stop them deep in their own territory. How about that incredible form tackle right there? Shouldering the ball carrier, and down he goes.
And he'll be stopped at the 30 on a play that started back at the 15. They pick up 15. So 1st and 10 now from the 30.
1st and 10 at the 30-yard line.
Another run for Gibbs here. And all the way down to the 24-yard line. 61 yards rushing for him as he's got the afternoon off to a great start. And you talk about great blocking up front. I don't think he was even touching on a finger on him until he was brought down to the ground.
I think we heard the whoosh as he went by, didn't we? Right through the gap. No one there, as you outlined. No one touched him at all. A free sprint into the secondary.
Yeah, that's what you call breaking free right there. And they're knocking on the door now. As a good run there, going to take this to about the 10-yard line.
That's another Detroit Lions.
They'll try the air now with Goff. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
I will see more of them trying to get him the football out of the backfield. They love what he can do in open space, and they believe that he creates mismatches they can exploit.
Here's 2nd and 10.
Check. What's that?
Gibbs straight ahead. And he's going to pull his way down to about the 1-yard line. 9 yards, and that leaves him just short, so it'll be 3rd and less than a yard. So from 2nd and long, now we go to 3rd and very manageable.
Yeah, they love that phrase, don't they? Because as an offensive coordinator, you can keep people a little bit off balance and guessing because you don't have to throw it. You can come back with a strong run game if you want to. And if you're in 4-down territory, that really opens things up for you.
After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports. Heavy set out there on 3rd and 1.
Got
Oh, the keeper, here's Grant. And he'll get in. He's over for the touchdown. The sneak successful from a yard out. And the Lions are an extra point away from evening this one up. Extra point splits the uprights. And we are tied at 7. Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. The lane opens here. He's past the 30. And good starting field position. He'll get this one all the way up to about the 35-yard line. The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out. Looking to repeat that in Charles' defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
Ball at the 40 here for 2nd and 5.
Hey.
Here's Lawrence. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
Normally being a big-bodied receiver plays to their advantage downfield. Go up and make the catch, take the hit, and pick up yardage. But in this case, the hit was timed really well and popped it free from his grasp.
And he will have the Jaguars first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
And that's well executed there on 3rd down. And I love the confidence that they had to let their tight end try and find some space in the middle of the field, right in their quarterback's line of vision. And QBs love to make that easy throw, and they hooked up there for a first down.
On 1st and 10, it's Etienne. And he's going to get stopped up quickly. Give him a yard down to the 43. We talk about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot. He had that eye down the entire time.
And you know that's not easily done because they throw a lot of misdirection at you. They try and fool you and get your eyes in the wrong place. But you're right about that one. He correctly figured that one out and made a really nice play.
And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. It's his first catch, and it'll be good for 15 and a first down.
1st and 10 at the 28-yard line.
2nd quarter, 2 minutes to go. Tie ball game.
Hey, lock.
On the counter, Etienne. And he'll get this one down to about the 27. Credited with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
That play reminded me a lot of a former teammate of mine. We used to call him the trash man. His ability to sift through traffic and make plays was uncanny.
And that's exactly what you want from your Mike linebacker. He gets it to Thomas. And down he goes, taking it inside the 10, just shy of the 5 at the 6. And a nice gain of 21 yards.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space, and it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
And they'll run with Etienne. And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. They'll try again here from the 7 on 2nd and goal.
Leads to 2nd and goal at the 7-yard line.
One more time with Etienne. And once again, he'll get possibly back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. The Jaguars going to go ahead and use their first timeout as they stop it with 28 seconds to go in the first half of play. Big play coming here. It's 3rd and goal.
Rip, 23.
Here's Lawrence to throw. He had a man open, but he missed him, and it's incomplete.
Let's give this defense some credit now. They let let the guys get downfield. But when push came to shove, they stood their ground. And now they'll likely force a field goal attempt.
The Lions will use the first of their timeouts. So as they talk it over, we step aside. Now a field goal try coming up here for the Jags. From the right hash here, should be an easy one. And his kick is right there. It's good. And they take the lead here now at 10-7. So they're able to end that drive with 3 points in this one-possession ball game.
And ideally, you want to end every drive with points. Most quarterbacks would tell you, let's end it with a kick, right? A PAT, that's number 1. Field goal, you'll take. Punts, you really don't want to do that. In this case, they'll take the field goal and get prepared for the rest of the game. Well, not exactly a banner return, so he doesn't give his offense a whole lot of room to work with. They've got to go a long way now to try and score some points. I do know this from experience. There will be a few comments muttered his way by the offense as they head out on the field.
The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. And the ball backed way up, so thinking with this amount of time on the clock, probably just sit on it, and we'll see these two teams go to the lockers.
Yeah, I don't think you want to overthink it in this situation. Either side of the ball, just go ahead, finish up the half, and get on out and talk about it.
A good first down call as a screen play gets them 9. Just need a yard here. 2nd and 1.
Super, cut, super, 80.
Golf. That'll be incomplete with 9 seconds now showing on the clock.
Well, the great coach said football is really a simple game. Rush theirs, protect yours. And he's talking about those guys throwing the football. In this situation, the rush won, hitting the quarterback and forcing him into an incompletion.
Goff now to throw. He's airing it out for Williams. And unable to connect, incomplete. I'll give them credit, they took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
Partner, we've got ourselves a ball game, and those guys on defense, they came to play. Slipped up on their first series, but they're definitely settling in now and letting it be known that points won't come so easy again.
And likely time for one final play here in the half, so they will go for it on 4th down. And he's going to go down. Couldn't get a throw off with the pressure. Maybe that was for the best, as that brings us to the end of this first half of play. Tight football game thus far. 10-7 the score as we resume action on EA Sports. And he won't get this to the 20-yard line as he's down at the 19. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. It's been a tight game to this point. What do they need to do, Charles, to break through in the second half and take the lead?
I think the first thing they need to do is thank their defense for keeping them in this game. You know, I think the defense is saying back to them. Why don't you guys focus on getting some first downs, put some drives together, give us a little bit of a break here. If we can get some rest, we'll play even better for you. And, oh, by the way, pay off a few of those drives with some points, too.
There he goes, right side. Touchdown, Detroit. Jahmyr Gibbs, 70 yards. And the Lions come right out of the locker room and score here in the opening minute of the third quarter. Point after, right down the middle. And the lead is now 14-10.
Lions 14, Jaguars 10.
Now as they line up and kick this one away. And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And they'll be working from behind now following the touchdown a moment ago on the opening drive of the half.
I think the guys right now, as they go out on offense, they're zeroing in on one big key. They don't have to do anything differently just because they're down on the scoreboard now. The intent, still the same, and what they plan to do on offense.
They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line.
23. Done. It's on.
Lawrence. Got his man. It's the tight end Strange with it. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down.
First and 10 at the 37-yard line.
Hey, Ron. Here we go.
Straight ahead, ETN. Trying to run inside, but nothing there. Tackle there by Alex Angelino.
I have to think a major focus of the halftime meetings had to be figuring out how to create space for the running game to get operated.
Well, what you pointed out to me at half seems accurate. That line has struggled to sustain blocks.
Yeah, I would agree with that totally. They've got to focus on staying on their double teams at the first level, make sure that block's secure before they slide off and try and chip someone at the second level.
They'll see about converting this 3rd and 8.
And it's 3rd down.
Red on red.
Looking to throw, Lawrence. That is caught. And it's going to be another first down as they'll get him to the ground at the Lions' 43. A gain of 18 and a new set of downs.
And that's the kind of play this offense needs to maybe kick them into gear a little bit. They've been stuck in neutral much of the game. Perhaps that can give them a little bit of confidence that big plays are out there.
You can just kind of sense the momentum turning here. It's 1st and 10.
Hey, hey.
Lawrence with a quick throw outside. That's complete. Well, he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. This duo locked in. 14 yards there and a first down.
First down. A gain of 14. First down, Jaguars.
Hey, easy. Ralph.
Lawrence going to throw again. Oh, he's got man wide open, complete. Another big hitter there. This one good for 18.
That's another Jaguars first down. A gain of 18 on the play. And a Jaguar first down.
Hey, let's go. Here we go.
ETN up the middle. And he'll be taken down after a minimal pickup, and that will take us to the end of quarter number 3. 3 quarters in the books. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. They're looking at a 2nd and 8 now from the 10.
On red.
Here's a give to ETN. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. It's a loss of 4. Now 3rd down. We'll see what they have drawn up here. A little bit behind the line. 12 yards needed to gain a first down. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
That's a good job there creating the contact to force the incompletion. And now since it's 4th down, that should set up a field goal situation.
And a nice sigh of relief defensively to be able to hold them to 3. So now one of the biggest kicks of the night is forthcoming. From the left hash, a 31-yard attempt. And his kick is good. And the lead is down to 1 now, 14-13. So with that field goal, this one's now back within a field goal. Maybe not the ultimate result they wanted, but gets them that much closer.
This game is unfolding like a really good book, isn't it? Because I feel like there's a few more plot twists yet to be revealed before this one is over.
So we're back to a one-point game now as the kickoff comes. So a teammate picking him up there, that was nearly a disaster.
And the way that you coach these things, you want to make sure you have eyes towards the return guy because you want to make sure that the catch is secure. And a lot of teams do that. They have at least one guy. Okay, you're responsible for making sure he secures the catch. He's not always the one that makes the recovery, but he can always sound out the alarm. Hey, ball's on the ground. We've got to get it back.
And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3.
And for the defense, this is a spot where you don't want to totally sell out to stop the run, but you do have a pretty good idea of what you're going to see. And that's good work right there to keep them in check on that first down carry.
Straight ahead with Gibbs here. And he'll take it ahead to the 28-yard line.
And this is an absolutely big third down that's been set up here, partner. There's no other way to put it. The defense has to get a stop here if they have any hopes of winning this game.
Has to. You said big third down. I'd put the word big in capital letters here. Gibbs will try and pick it up. And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. And now, defensively, they're going to burn their first time out. Remember, they get an extra time built in coming up here shortly at the 2-minute warning. And here's a big one now. Trying to hold this lead. They're going to go for it here on 4th down. They go ahead and snap it. Gone. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked off by Greg Newsome.
It's a turnover.
A critical error there in a tight game of the 4th.
All you talk about is taking care of the football, and especially with a lead here in the 4th quarter, turning it over, now the door is open for the opposition.
Just in general, when you're passing in the 4th quarter with a lead, no matter at what point, you got to be super careful.
Got to be careful, and sometimes you can be so careful that you end up running yourself into an error.
And now a timeout taken here defensively with 2:07 remaining. So they'll also have the stop coming up at the 2-minute warning. Here's a 2nd and 7.
Hey, son.
Now Lawrence. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
It's been clear in this matchup which side has been the more physical one. It's been this defense. And here's another example on that last play.
Red on red.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. Less than 2 minutes to play. Down to the wire we go in a 1-point game. Yeah, this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on 3rd down, as that was not an easy one to hold on to. So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. This for the lead in the final stages. And that is no good. No good. Wide to the left. And that'll keep this a 1-point game. Boy, so a chance to take the lead here in this 4th quarter, but he couldn't get this one on target.
Everything looked good. The snap, the hold, even the distance. The only thing off, the most important part, the accuracy.
And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. No doubt those are the types of carries they're looking for here, Charles. The lead in the fourth quarter. This is when coaches that have a reliable running game, they breathe a little easier on the sideline.
Yeah, they love the idea that they can take the air out of the football at this point in the game. That means they're really counting on the offensive line, counting on the runners, taking care of the football. Because you're going to tell your quarterback, hey, no time to be a hero. We're not going to throw it here. Just eat up that clock. And if you have the ball, they can't score.
They'll go again with Gibbs.
I like the call there because that was one to take time off the clock and get them closer to getting out of here with a W. In the mind of the play caller, all you want to hear is tick, tick, tick.
They'll come up now, 3rd and 3. Gibbs on the toss left. And he goes diving to get as much as he can, following a big gain, a nice little cherry on top there at the end. A big gain there, and that should certainly be enough to put this one in the win column. So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10.
Like 20.
On the give, here's Gibbs.
And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere.
The Jaguars now will use the last of their timeouts as they stop it with 22 ticks to go in the 4th. So 2nd and 9, and you'd have to figure just about all 11 probably crashing the line here. The toss out right to Gibbs. And he will have a Lions first down, and that's the one that should seal a victory. The Lions now going to use the 2nd of their timeouts. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. Gibbs trying to get to the goal line, but he's going to be stopped just short at the 1. And a timeout coming in. This will be their final one with 10 seconds remaining. 2nd and goal from the 1. Montgomery.
His path became similar to almost running a stretch play, didn't it? Trying to find a crease, anywhere to put his foot in the ground and cut back. It just never materialized.
Right now, no questioning the toughness of this Jaguar defense. This is 3rd and goal. They'll try and run it with Gibbs. And he's across for a late touchdown. And in the final seconds, that one should just about put a capper on this game. Out comes the kicking team here for the extra point. And with that, the lead is up to 8.
Jaguars 13.
Here are the Lions now as they line up and kick this one away. And a fun, close ball game comes to an end. On that last play, Charles, they were on the wrong side of midfield. They needed something near a miracle, and they couldn't get it done.
Yeah, the effort, that was good. Very good, in fact. They were just a little too far out to get a decent look at the end zone for that last opportunity. Couldn't get it done, but a nice game overall.
So that'll do it for us.
All right, no table is safe outside of Highmark Stadium because this crowd is loud and this crowd is ready for a ball game. We're just outside of Buffalo in Orchard Park, New York. Coming up, a contest that looks real good on paper between the Detroit Lions and the Buffalo Bills. Jake Bates now ready to get this one started. And we're off and running from Western New York. On the return, here's Ray Davis. And that's going to set them up just beyond their own 20.
At their own 21-yard line.
All right, let's get this one on the road, Brock. It is 1st and 10.
56.
They've got a man in motion.
Gun. Off 52.
Allen taken right to the air. Has him on the quick hitter. And some excellent work to drive them all the way up past the 30-yard line. They'll move the chains after that pickup of 12. First down now, ball at the 33.
1st and 10 at the 33-yard line.
Half 85. Hey, tight. Look up.
It's Allen out of the pistol. Escapes the pocket. And someone stepped in. It's intercepted. Jack Campbell with the INT. And the Lions take over after forcing the first turnover of this ballgame. Well, we all know this is a player who's proven that he can weather an early setback and soldier on. It's going to be tested again after his first series ends in an interception.
Yeah, that's right, Kate. You don't get mentioned as one of the league's better passers if you can't shake off an early turnover. Now, his defense got to pick him up.
Throwing right away here, Cobb. Finds Isaac to Slaw, complete. And he's taken down directly on that 43-yard line.
That's good for our Lions. First down. A gain of 15. First down, Detroit.
First game on the ground to Jahmyr Gibbs. And it's not just some quarterbacks, Brock, here who got to have short memories. You tell me this, too. Defenses need them sometimes as well.
Yeah, 100%. You give up a big run, well, too bad. No time to dwell on.
Space, left sideline, and he's off to the races. He will go. Touchdown, Detroit.
Touchdown.
The Lions don't need long to take a 6-0 lead. He finds one of his great receivers, Brock, and they are off to a great start to begin this ball game.
Yeah, it's such a positive offensively when you can go find not just a field goal, but a touchdown on that opening drive. And defensively, this starts to shake the foundation of your preparation and makes you wonder what's in store.
Bates has it all set up. Here comes the kickoff. On the return, here comes Davis. Things going well so far. Past midfield, and he's got space. And they finally bring him down after a huge run back into their territory.
I remember these feelings running on the field after a great return like that, Kate. It almost feels like stepping into a batter's box with runners on base. So much of the work has been done ahead of you. Now you got to go deliver.
Throwing now on first down, Allen. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. Well, even with the pick on that last drive, partner, he is showing no hesitation whatsoever.
Well, in order to play this game, Kate, at this level, you've got to be aggressive. You can't let a previous mistake really affect your next decision. I'll say this as well. In the NFL, you throw into coverage too many times, you'll be more interested.
Into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Buffalo. The Bills will reach pay dirt for the first time this game.
That play really had all the elements you're looking for from a tight end, showing that he can stretch that field. Route check, secure catch, quickly become a runner, check. And finally go finish that drive off and celebrate with your homeboys.
That one splits the uprights. And the Bills tie this game 7-7. So we've got a tie ball game now as they send this away. Jacob Sailors now to return it. And he gets it up beyond the 20, but boy, did they plant him a few inches into the ground at the end of that run. All right, Lions just about ready. 1st and 10.
Go, Todd! Like 20!
They start on the ground with Gibbs. And this drive's quickly headed in the wrong direction. First play set down behind the line. A dose of the hurry-up offense here. This is Gibbs on 2nd down. He's corralled after a modest 4-yard gain. Tackle made by Cole Bishop.
You know, these are the kind of runs, Kate, that a balanced game plan and a balanced offense is built on. It gets you good yardage, it sets up your play action, and it keeps that defense honest.
Ric Flair! 180!
Third down run by Gibbs. And he only gets a couple yards. They are well short. It's 4th down. Offense in the hurry up here. They go play action with Goff. Throw caught by his running back. And this one's brought to a halt at about the 36-yard line. Right call at the right time, Brock. Give him 9 and a successful conversion on 4. They've got 1st down here from the 36.
And the Lions 1st down.
They'll toss it to Gibbs. Continuing to move past the 45. And this great effort winds up getting them well into enemy territory before he's brought down. It's a gain of 27 yards to move the chains. We've set it down from 37. Here's a counter give to Gibbs. And he'll knife his way through for a pickup of 4. That's the end of one. Both teams with a little luck finding the end zone early. Hopefully no shortage of excitement coming up in the 2nd. We'll return to Highmark Stadium in just a moment. Back and beginning the 2nd quarter. Lions in possession. They're advancing it well as they face 2nd down. Again, it's Gibbs. He gets it ahead, winds up with about 3. They're on the stop, Larry Ogunjobi. The Bills are going to go ahead and call their first time out. And they'll have 2 left to work with here in the 1st half.
You know, that's a good run right there to keep the offense on schedule. If he can average that type of yards per carry, this guy's going to be more than all right with letting him lead the show.
8th play of the drive now. They need 2 to keep it going. Another one for Gibbs. And they bring him down. It looks like he got it to the 27. He only finds a window for 2, but that's still enough for a 1st down.
Okay, you know me, I can't resist. I thought we might have needed the old Gene Steratore index card down there. Making a really close measurement to see if he got the 1st down or not. But in the end, well, the right call was made. He got just enough to move the chains.
What? 4 down.
1st down, and they go right back to it. And this give not as fruitful. They're on him quicker this time. He's not going to get back to the line of scrimmage.
This is one of those situations, Kate, where I watch the body language of the running back because it'd be very easy for him to raise his hands up, look to the sideline and his O-line and go, what am I supposed to do there? There was nothing, no time at all to try and escape and react. Instead, it goes backwards.
From the gun, Goff. Headed out right. Taken in by Williams outright. And he stopped just before he reaches the red zone at the 21. On the draw, this is Gibbs. And it's another 1st down on this drive. Man, this time they're into 1st and goal. Dose of the hurry up here.
That's good for a Lions first down. First and goal at the 10-yard line.
On first down, it's Goff. Chased out to his right. Oh, he was on the move, but so was the defense, and they take him down. And it's step one towards a goal line stand. Still going to need a couple more, though. Second and goal coming up. Quite a defensive battle, Brock, that we have got so far as we've reached our 2-minute warning. More from Highmark Stadium in just a moment. Another chance at 6. It's second and goal. Goff. Screen here for Gibbs. Oh, put him in the spin cycle. And he'll go down. Looks like they're marking him at the 11.
It may not look like much on the stat sheet, but this is kind of good on good. An offense gets completion, not going backwards, and the defense, well, they rallied, they pursued, and kept that screen to a minimal gain.
On third and goal, Goff. On the move, headed right. Trying to get away from the pressure, but he can't, and they drop it. So Buffalo's going to call it second timeout, as they'll get together and discuss with fourth down coming up.
Hey, I get it. You know, there are times as a decision-maker playing quarterback, you take a sack and you cut your losses. When you get an opportunity in the red zone on third down, you'd love to give your guy on the other end a chance. Because a touchdown, well, we know in the course of outcomes of games, so much more influential than settling for a field goal.
They'll go for it, Goff. And oh, he got it! Interception! Matt Milano in to pick it up. And the Bills are finally tackled after a big return. They're going to have the football beyond their own 30 following the turnover.
It's a turnover on down.
First down now, ball at the 33. First play, they go kick out to the left, complete. And this is going to be out of bounds. Defense catches up to him near that 45. That's an 11-yard pickup, and it gives them the first down.
You know, it sure seems like he knew exactly where he was going with that before the snap. That's a pre-snap decision that led to a post-snap first down.
Markers are reset. Here we go. Ball at the 44.
Hey, tight. Off 52. Regular.
They'll motion him out of the backfield. First down throw for Allen. He's got this complete to James Cook. And he drives this across midfield and down into enemy territory.
It's a gain of 8. Brings up second and 2 at the 48-yard line.
From the shotgun, it's Allen. Downfield, and Shakir has it. And he's going to be hauled down at the 2, and that sets up first and goal. Now the Lions calling a timeout. They're first. They'll have 2 left to work with before halftime. Just need 2 more yards that they couldn't get on that last play. Here's first and goal.
Half. Alert!
Allen gonna throw again. He rolls to his right. And they get to him as he was trying to make something happen. And it's step 1 towards a goal line stand. Still gonna need a couple more, though. Second and goal coming up.
You know what I call that, Kate? Punch, and you took a punch, but then you countered right back. You give up a big play, massive play, but you don't hang your head. You come right back, you get a sack of your own, and you change the momentum as quickly as you can.
And they make the stop as that play reaches the 14-yard line. Bills moving quickly now. They're in the hurry up.
Now third and goal.
Half 85. Alert. Half 10. Alert. What's that?
Third and goal for Allen. Getting out to his left. Brought in. And that play is brought to a halt, they're going to say, at the 5-yard line. Now a timeout taken by the offense, and we're going to see if they try for 2 plays here or just try the field goal right now. From the 5-yard line, looks like they're going to try it here on 4th and goal. Putting a receiver in motion. Fourth down, here's Allen. Bails out of the pocket quick. And he has the catch, gets both feet in, that's a touchdown! The Bills take the lead just before halftime. Manage that clock beautifully. Down to the final moments, Brock, and they get the score just before halftime.
That doesn't change the theme of the halftime speech, but I guarantee you it adds some enthusiasm to the tone. That was awesome.
Pass on for the extra point. Extra point set right down the middle. And the Bills break that tie and now lead by 7. So we'll see if it's a kick return that ends on half or if we get a play from scrimmage as this one's away. A beginner's return from the 11. He's hauled down on what is the final play of our first half. That's halftime of this contest. We'll join both teams in taking a short break. More of the NFL on EA Sports in just a moment. Pass now to kick this away. Chooses to bring this one out. And in the end, he's able to get it to what used to be a touchback. It's at the 25-yard line. The Detroit offense to the line. Here's 1st and 10. A give to Gibbs. It's not the 3rd. And he'll scurry forward for a pickup of 3.
You know, Kate, that might be a little bit of a disappointing run to him. He wanted more. They always do. That's exactly what they were after offensively to get this drive moving.
They'll come up after that 4-yard gain. It's 2nd and 6. Up to the air now. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And it'll be 3rd down coming up after this defense's 3rd sack of the game.
That is not the way they needed to come out of the locker room here to begin the second half. Trailing, you got to play with a sense of urgency. You got to protect your quarterback. And they didn't either.
Let's see what they went with on 3rd down.
Go, come on! 180!
Third and long for him here. He's got some air under this one, deep down the middle. Caught at the 20-yard line. And he's finally down to put a stop to this one, but a notable chunk of yardage broken off with that gain.
Look at the touch he put on that throw down the field. That was a masterpiece. He was the artist behind it, laying it in the perfect spot to create the big play.
Goff on 1st and 10. Buys time, rolling right. And he just hucks this one away. Wasn't going to risk a throw or force something. It brings up 2nd down.
Those are the kind of decisions you got to make in that spot. And the smart quarterbacks, they seem to do it consistently. When you're in enemy territory, a throwaway is always better than risking a turnover.
After the incompletion, they come up on 2nd and 10. Out of the shotgun, Goff. That's complete to the back. David Montgomery. And he works this to the 15 before they make the stop.
A 3-yard pickup. And it's
Value 3.
Goff on 3rd. Throw is caught. He makes the catch, but is hit before he can get that 1st down. They say he's maybe a yard short.
You can earn your money in the NFL in all sorts of different ways, but defensively, in a league where you're just not hitting as much in training camp, you're not tackling as much as they got to in the old days, when you can make a play in the open field, keep them short like that, I promise you some money will follow.
4th down and inches, just too tempting to pass up. They're going to go for it. Some movement there before the snap. Right side of the line. This is going to back them up. There was a blitz coming, and that got somebody to panic and jump early. It cost them 5 yards. Penalty hurts them, but they are still going for it here on 4th down. He's back to throw. And it's incomplete. They dialed up their best effort, Brock, but they come up empty. That's going to be a turnover on downs.
Hey, drops happen. It's a part of the game. But unfortunately, that's an opportunity he and his offense can't get back. 6 points that literally went right off his hands.
And not from the pistol to Cook. There he goes on the right side. He's at the 30. He's at the 10. And he will score. Touchdown, Buffalo. The Bills push their lead further to start the half. It's a James Cook touchdown.
I'll be chuckling. You know I love celebrating that run, but you know what I really love? I really love watching those linemen.
The kicker gets it. Oh, it looks like he's going to throw it. Pass it near the 5. And he's into the end zone, and that shows what kind of game they've been having. Even that works for them, and it adds an extra 2 to their lead. Pass now to kick this away. Return starts at the 3. And this drive will start inside the 25.
The Lions take over 1st and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
All right, Lions just about ready. 1st and 10. Looking to throw. Gone. Forced out to his right. And he just gets rid of it. Knew he had a couple plays left. Didn't want to take a risk there on 1st down.
Hey, I got to believe he harkened back to that earlier pick and thought the better of making another. Getting outside the pocket, he was either going to try to run for it, had nowhere to go, so he simply threw it away.
On the 24 once again, it's 2nd and 10. Shotgun snap here to Goff. Complete left side. It's to Sloan. He'll go down after pushing this up to the 29.
You want to know why we see so many gray hairs, Kate, on these D coordinators we meet with? It's plays like that. These D coordinators hate quarterbacks that can escape the pocket, escape the blitz, and make you pay with completions.
And air it out on 3rd. Escapes out to the left. And that's a win for the pass rush. Hit as he threw it, leads to the incompletion. 4th down coming up.
I'm not going to be surprised at all, Kate, if we see more of this. Just trying to find some answer, extend plays, be creative, try different things, because nothing really consistently has gone well for him today.
Throwing again. Here's Goff. Going for Laporta, but it's intercepted. Christian Benford has it. And the Bills will be down inside the opposing 35 as they take over after that interception.
Intercepted. Turnover on downs.
New set of downs for him from the 31.
Middle. Stop. Half 10.
Allen now on 1st down. Rolling left, buying some time. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. Ball and defender arrived at the exact same time there. And now it's 2nd down. Working from the gun, it's Allen. Has him on the quick hitter. And into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Buffalo. The Bills pick it up and get points on the ensuing drive. So sensational work by the skill man there, Brock. Anytime you can make your quarterback look that good, you know he appreciates it.
That's a quarterback's best friend, no question. But on the other side, gosh, defensively, you got to get that skill player down. Period. End of story. You can't give up that much yards after catch.
The Bills are lining up for a two-point conversion.
Allen looking to throw this. Flush down now to his left. And he's into the end zone. That play adds a couple more to their lead.
That makes the score Bills 30, Lions 7.
Pass now to kick this away. Sailors now on the return. He's got a lane up past the 30. And they've got an inside field goal range already to begin the drive. He's out of bounds inside the 35. So they'll head up here 1st and 10 from the 34. Not deterred by that pick. He's thrown again. Nice launch on that one, but it falls incomplete.
You need to buy your receivers enough time to get open along your route, and your quarterback enough time to find and hit them with the throw. If the line doesn't hold up, incompletions follow.
Ball still on that 34-yard line, 2nd and 10. Throwing is gone. Escape. Oh, he was on the move, but so was the defense, and they take him down. It's sack number 4 in the game for him. This one makes it 3rd down. Here he goes, 3rd and long. Oh, brother, it's another interception. Christian Benford has it. All right, working from the gun to start. 1st and 10.
All 52.
Operating from the gun, it's Allen. Chased out to his right. He can run it. And this one doesn't go far.
The positive of that effort, you didn't go backwards. Didn't have a negative play. If there was a negative, you didn't get a whole lot done with your legs. Got to be more efficient now on 2nd down.
He put everything he had into this one. Big gain downfield. 30. Hits the 20. And into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Buffalo. The Bills put up even more points in a win. His guys up to the line to go for 2.
The Bills are lining up for a two-point conversion.
All right, they're going to throw for it. Getting out to his left. And he won't get away. They bring him down. The sack prevents them from adding another 2 more to that lead.
36, Lions 7.
Pass now to kick this away. Sailors now on the return. Finds some space. He's past the 30. They're going to bring him down as he gets it to the 33.
At their own 33-yard line.
The Detroit offense to the line. Here's 1st and 10. Back to work after throwing the pick. He's going to loft one deep to the left. And this is going to end up incomplete. He really aired it out there on 1st down, but just couldn't make the connection.
That's what I call complementary defense right there. That pressure by the group up front, that leads to the incompletion and to the benefit of that secondary.
So still 10 to go on second from the 33-yard line. Goff. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And the sack forces a now tougher third down. Offense to the line fast. Goff now, third and long. Again, he's under pressure, and he goes down. Now the Lions calling timeout. They're first. And they still have 2 available for them as we approach the end of this game. Fourth and forever coming up. Desperation time here. Buying some time right. Making the call himself. And that play doesn't get it done. We've got a turnover on down.
Coming out of my cage and I've been doing just fine. Gotta be down because I want it all. It started out with a kiss. How did it end up like this? It was only a kiss. It was only a kiss. Now I'm falling asleep and she's calling a cab while he's having...
Next to some of the northernmost waters of the beautiful Chesapeake Bay, we're at M&T Bank Stadium near Baltimore's Inner Harbor. Straight ahead is what should be a very entertaining matchup between the Detroit Lions and the Baltimore Ravens. Jake Bates now ready to get this one started. And we're off from Baltimore. Rasheen Ali on the return. He's brought down just inside the 25.
The Ravens take over first and 10 at their own 23-yard line.
Forward. Offense out now to get us started. It's first and 10. Here's Derrick Henry getting on the ground. And they try to power it forward, but only a couple of yards there.
That's the kind of yardage that's not going to kill this drive on the first play, but it does put you a little bit behind schedule. Now second down becomes critical because nobody wants a 3 and out.
And once again, he doesn't manage much before getting brought down. 1 yard on the run, so just 3 yards across those last 2 carries. It's third and 7.
It'll be this group's job watching the film to find all these plays. The ones that amount to really very little statistically and identify what was needed to just make them a little bigger, stretch them further. Afterthought plays now, they could be the big gains of next week.
Gets it downfield, on target to Flowers. He does it, touchdown Baltimore! The Ravens take a 6-0 lead right away. Zay Flowers, the touchdown.
It's an old adage, but it's a true adage. Speed kills. And gosh, I love that, Kate. Right from the jump, you don't wait to get your playmaker started. Get him the ball early. Put a fear of God into this defense.
That one right down the middle. And the Ravens will jump out to a 7-0 lead. All set up. Here's Luke to kick it away. Fielded at the 7. He's got a lane up past the 30. Coverage team tracking him down as he reaches the 35.
The Lions take over first and 10 at their own 35-yard line.
Good field position for the Lions here as they head up to the line. First and 10.
180. Hey, 5. Turbos up.
Goff off the play action. Well, the pressure nearly got to him, but still a good play defensively as that one falls incomplete. Not must-have yet, Brock, but it does feel pretty important that they come up with an answer for that touchdown, but not going to be easy.
Nope, and incompletions like that certainly won't help.
120.
Gibbs now from the gun. He gets forward, and that's about 4 yards. Justin Madden making that stop.
When you don't have great success on first down, Kate, it's a little bit like a hitter in baseball falling behind in the count. And all you want to do as a hitter is get back to a fighting chance. Give yourself a better count. That play, well, it does the same here. Now a much more manageable and opportune third down situation.
He's got it inside the 10. And he's going to be touched down at that spot, which means the effort makes it first and goal.
Now, right there, that's what you want to see on your opening drive. Boom, connect on a big shot, and instantly you set a tone that you're not going to be afraid to be aggressive in this game today. Boy, do I love that.
First and goal, here's Gibbs. Well, so much for finishing things on the ground. No, he is stopped at the line. They're going to have to regroup now on second and goal. Gibbs again. And he will not be denied a second time. Touchdown, Detroit. The Lions finish off their opening drive. It's a Jahmyr Gibbs touchdown. Point after up and good from Bates. And the Lions start off well to tie things 7-7. Now after tying this game up, they're all set to send her away. Ali to return it. And in the end, he's able to get it to about the 25-yard line before he's hauled down. Offense into the shotgun set as they line this up. First and 10. Man in motion here. Lamar off the play fake. This across that 40-yard line before they manage to stop him. What a jolt to start that drive. They're up near the 45-yard line. Now put one of the tight ends in motion. Flying down the middle with Henry. And the power play up the gut only results in 2 yards.
Hey, we know running the ball in the NFL is hard, and that play pretty indicative of it. Here's the key, though. At the end of the game, those type of plays got to be in the minority, and the majority have got to do some damage.
180.
Lamar now from the gun. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. He was looking for Mark Andrews. So they're left facing third and long.
I think those big old boxing gloves might have made a better catch and a better call than receiver gloves right there for that one. It is going to be a fight to hang on the ball, and we just saw physicality personified.
And they're going to bring him down at the 36. That play goes for 19 and a new set of downs. So that connection for first will bring us to the end of the first. Both teams neck and neck so far. Back to the bank in just a moment. Back at beginning of the second quarter, Ravens in possession. They're looking at yet another 1st and 10 on this drive. As his man, it's DeAndre Hopkins. And he's short of the first after a mild gain.
Every once in a while, it's fine to be conservative on first down, especially when you get enough to stay on schedule and get a little something coming out of it, too.
Pass into the hands of Mark Andrews. And they will take this into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown. The Ravens take a second quarter lead. Mark Andrews with the touchdown. You love seeing a tight end get the chance to show off those wheels, right? And in the best of cases, he could rumble the whole way home.
Think of getting somebody with that type of mass rolling at full speed. Who's really going to want to stand in the way, wants to stop him anyhow? The answer, nobody.
All set up. Here's Luke to kick it away. Jacob Sailors now to return it. And that's going to set them up just beyond their own 20.
The Lions take over 1st and 10 at their own 21-yard line.
All right, Lions just about ready. 1st and 10. Drive begins with Gibbs. And he gets him around 6 there. Stopped by one of the league's best tacklers, Roquan Smith.
A 6-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 4. At the 27-yard line.
Back to Gibbs now on 2nd. And he'll be met near the line to limit the gain to a yard. Namdi Madden making that stop.
2-yard gain on the play.
Running for the marker, it's Gibbs. And he's tackled with the 1st down yardage.
You love a huddle? Okay, you really do. You love a huddle full of guys like this who just know how to keep the drive moving forward. There's some trust there that he's going to get the job done, and he's going to get another shot, I would guess, down the line.
And the receiver's going to take this one on the jet sweep. I love the call, Brock, but wrong situation there. The defense closes that sweep out behind the line.
One of the challenges when you run that jet sweep is you better secure that edge. I've not seen a great jet sweep in my life where you don't win the edge of the line of scrimmage. And that time, the defense got the job done.
Offense to the line, 2nd down. Running right, it's Williams. Ooh, they're on that one. 2nd down is going to end up in a loss of yards.
You see that sweep blown up before it gets to the outside, you know defensively, tremendous anticipation. But even more, better execution.
Let's see what they went with. 3rd down. Straight ahead with Gibbs. And he's stopping after he picks up about 5. And that's going to bring up 4th down. Lions really moving with a sense of urgency. Clock keeps running. Here comes the 4th down snap to go. Big strike here to Williams. And he's going to take this in. Touchdown, Detroit. The Lions earn the chance to tie it before halftime.
Those front office personnel people love to pair speedy wide receivers and ask their coaches to do just that. Put some play action in there. Let him go run. Because with his speed, that route is a winner, chicken dinner.
That one splits the uprights. And the Lions tie things up at 14. So we've got a tie ball game now as they send this away. Ali to return it. They'll have decent field position to begin with here. Rocky's tackled just beyond that 30-yard line. New set of downs for him from the 31. On 1st and 10, it's Jackson. He'll set up the screen for Henry. He's taken down, but not before he gets this one to the 41. Clock's still running as the Ravens try hurrying everyone up. Play action now with Jackson. Flushed out of the pocket. He's going to keep it this time. He picks up 15 on the play. It's going to be a Baltimore 1st. Clock's still running as the Ravens try hurrying everyone up.
Baltimore 1st down. 1st and 10 at the
1st and 10. Here's Jackson. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. That was Zay Flowers, the intended receiver. So 2nd down coming up. They were looking for him again, Brock, and for a moment, we thought he had another catch. But then that contact knocked the football from his hands.
Kind of become a victim of his own early success. Not too different, Kate, than a pass rusher that gets a sack. You know what happens? Got to slide to him, got to chip to him. You get a receiver that gets it going like this, you know more contact and more focus is coming his way.
It's incomplete. Should have been a catch downfield, but off his hands and to the ground it goes.
Well, that's a major missed opportunity for the offense and a sigh of relief for the defense. Now you got to adjust a little bit, get some extra help on the back end of your defense to take those shots away.
And they get this down to the 28. Now the Ravens are going to use the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 left to work with before halftime. They'll come up on 1st and 10. And again, it's Jackson. Ooh, he got hit as he was throwing, and unsurprisingly, it falls incomplete. Second down coming up.
That is a DB's best friend, pressure. That pressure earned that incompletion. They came in before he could find a target and hit him to alter that last-second attempt to get rid of it.
He just got it away before the hit, but the pass winds up incomplete. It's going to be third down.
Incomplete.
Still 10 yards to get this first down as they come to the line. Jackson now on third. He's able to hit Flowers, caught. And he's got his guys into the red zone before someone can force him out. It's a 13-yard play, and that's enough for the first.
You know, they call that the money down for a reason, because you're just simply not going to last long in the NFL if you don't convert a good portion of your third downs. It's the money down. And nice to see the...
And there's a man there. It's intercepted. Meek Robertson takes it away. Along the right sideline, there's space. And he's going to score on the pick six. Touchdown, Detroit.
Gosh, I love that play on so many levels, Kate. Making the interception, already a terrific effort by everybody involved. But to put the cherry on top, to take it all the way back to the house, it required extra effort from everybody, and they get the job done.
Oh, man, they really want the momentum going into the locker room, huh? The touchdown takes the lead, and now they're going for two. Goff's going to throw for it. Caught at the two! But he can't get in for two. They keep him out, and that is how this first half will end.
Ravens 14.
All set up. Here's Luke to kick it away. Sailors now on the return. Good work so far. He's got room. And he was pushing for midfield there before they finally dragged him down at the 45.
Oh, there's no question about it, Kate. That just infuses everybody. A little more bounce in your step now, both in and out of the huddle. And you want to pay off your special teams that sets you up for success.
Let's start on the ground with Gibbs. And the drive starts out small, just 1 yard on that play. Offense up to the line fast.
A gain of 2. Brings up 2nd and 8.
They go play action with Goff. That's caught. Here comes Jahmyr Gibbs. Ooh, awfully close to that line to gain. Stop though, made it to 46. Third down.
Rhythm. You hear me talk about rhythm a lot. Whether it's a golf swing, a baseball swing, heck, even a bowler gets himself into rhythm. And I'm just telling you, Kate, from experience, these little throws to running backs, it's one of the best things to get your offense into rhythm and a nice little gain on top of it.
They get 6 and a first down as well.
I don't know what it is, Kate, but I love third down runs. I really do. I know the receivers don't always like it because it's money down and they want the ball, but a third down run for a first down could be so demoralizing to that defense.
He swarms in the middle. This gets maybe a yard. Roquan Smith, again an All-Pro last season, there for the tackle. Need a better result than that last run. It's 2nd and 8. They'll toss it to Gibbs. And they shut him down on this one. They get him behind the line, and that should push him out of field goal range. Man, some of these middle backers are so impressive these days, Brock. No problems at all for him to range downhill and cut that play down behind the line.
Kind of the calling card of the position played today. They're not as big as they once were, but boy, can they run. As you said, whether it's downhill or sideline to sideline like that.
It's on target to Williams. And he's going to take this in. Touchdown, Detroit. The Lions grow the lead coming out of halftime.
That is just tremendous play calling. You know, there's some coordinators out there, Kate, that are just Rolodex. Right? They flip through their call sheet. They just call whatever's on it. Then there's other coordinators that can stack their plays together. And when you run it, you run that same action of the play action right off of it, and you can make that defense pay. That was a thing of beauty.
He's almost there, but no, they stopped him at the last moment. He's going to be just inches shy of a two-point conversion. Bates has it all set up. Here comes the kickoff. Ali to return it. Good work so far. He's got room. And he manages the 35 before they can stop him.
At their own 35-yard line.
The Ravens in a very good field position as they come up 1st and 10. Henry gets it here to start the drive. And he powers ahead for about 5. It's going to be 2nd and 5.
Cool thing about a drive starting to run like that, Kate, is it really just gives you every opportunity in the playbook, whatever you want to do. But as for me, I like to reward that runner. Give it to him again and see if he can get you a new set of downs.
180.
This is Henry on 2nd. All right, short on marker for the moment, but they've got 3rd and short coming up from their own 44.
You know, this is an offense that will emphasize the ground game at different points of each and every contest. And as long as they can reliably get gains like this, it's not going to change anytime soon.
Hey, Alpha, sit hot.
Jackson on 3rd and 1. And he let his man too much there, Brock. Incomplete. 4th down coming up.
The numbers tell us pretty clearly, you get to 3rd and long, extra long, it's really hard to stay on the field. That's disappointing because that was 3rd and manageable and an incomplete.
A full quarter to go, but they feel like they got to make their move now. They aren't going for this. That one finds his man, likely. And he's going to be driven out of bounds. The gain gets this down inside the 35. 21 yards and the first. What a call to go for it there on 4.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 34-yard line.
From the gun, a run for Henry. And without much room to work, he has a minimal gain on the final play of the 3rd quarter. Just 1 quarter remaining in this one. It's the Ravens' ball. They come in trailing, but that lead is within reach. Following that little 2-yard run, it's 2nd and 8. Play action. Here's Jackson. That one doesn't find its man. Incomplete.
That's a throw at this level. So much speed and length, you got to be real careful. Rarely do you find a clean window down the middle. That'd be absolutely perfect, and it wasn't there.
Last pass unsuccessful, and they have 3rd down here.
180.
Air it out on 3rd. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete.
Well, that took some force right there. That took some serious defensive effort to force the incompletion. You're not going to see a lot of guys ever let go of a football when they got a 1st down right in their midst. But that force, that contact, separated man from ball.
Has his man, it's cut by Andrews. It's a Baltimore touchdown. The Ravens now within 1 score in the 4th. Mark Andrews with the touchdown. His 2nd scoring catch of the game. All right, so the offense does its job, Brock. Now they need their defense to give them a chance to overcome that big deficit.
The momentum in the building's clearly changed. We can feel it here in the booth, but you're right. It's now to the defense to make a stop and give them a chance.
So after making this a 5-point ball game, they kick it off. Return coming from the 6. He's brought down at what looks like the 24-yard line.
The Lions take over 1st and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
The Detroit offense to the line. Here's 1st and 10.
Cut. 120. 12. What's up?
They'll go right side with Gibbs. And he manages 6 yards to begin this one. We've got 2nd and 4. Working quickly here.
It's a gain of 7. Brings up 2nd and 3.
Super. Super.
This is Gibbs on second down. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains. Offense in a hurry up here.
It's a gain of 8. And the Lions first down. An 8-yard pickup. And the Lions
First down, and they go right back to it. And this play doesn't work out like the last snap, right? So you can only get back to the line as the defense all over this one. Working quickly here.
the gain on the play. Brings up second and 10.
Play action here with Goff.
38-yard line.
Dumps it off to his running back. And they're going to bring him down just a moment before he's able to break it across midfield. Moving quickly, trying to get set.
That's good for the Lions. First down.
On first down, it's Gibbs. And hopefully a bit of a wake-up for their ground game. It's a solid pickup there on the play. The rookie from Georgia in on that tackle.
Brings up second and
Hold on.
5.
That's the 2-minute warning here from Baltimore. Lions leading by 5. Halfway to the marker. It's second and 5.
Here we go. What's that?
Now gone. Screen here for Gibbs. Has a lane inside the 35. And he has it down to the 26-yard line. They get 20 yards out of the play and move the chains.
Got to be a pretty good actor. Got to be pretty good at selling to that defense. That's a drop back pass. When you get a big play on the screen like that, boy, it's choreography by everybody on that offense.
Oh, Gronk, look at this. He's setting up to throw it. Dump off, caught by his back. Still has room inside the 15. And he's going to have this all the way down to the 4. They rip off a big chunk of field, and it sets him up with first and goal.
We've heard it said, and I believe it to my core, football is the ultimate team sport. And a well-run screen like that is the ultimate team play because it takes all 11 doing their job.
A touchdown would put this one to bed. A few shots at it here, starting with first and goal.
180. Maverick.
They're going to pass it here. That's caught by Montgomery. And just gets back to the line of scrimmage.
Here we go, bro. Here we go.
Gotta hurry this to the line.
No gain on the play. Leads to second and
Two for
goal
one.
at the Ravens' 5-yard line.
Hey, kill. What's that?
Running out of the gun with Montgomery. And the defense wins this rep. That's stopped at the line, and now they've got third and goal. And a timeout's called. We'll have likely just a final play. Only 6 seconds remaining in this one.
Well, now things get a little dicey for this offense. One down left before a big decision to make. You continue to try running it against a front that stopped you, or you're now forced to put the ball in the air.
Big play coming up here as everyone gets set for third and goal.
Shell. 120. Five. Turbo.
Here he is to throw. Catch is made in close. And this one stopped at the 3-yard line. And with 2 seconds remaining.